It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.
And you know, as he questioned why didn't, you know, her mother, why didn't the sisters, I think with the thought of who, they couldn't take it. They couldn't, you know what I mean? Couldn't fathom the thought of, they wouldn't do
who
this
the
family
perpetrator
like that.
could
Right. They couldn't do this family like that.
Behavior.
Yeah.
Kind of like, you know, you have certain people in your family that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
And the whole family collectively decides we're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Just,
And as
We'll talk
kids,
about
we
it
had to
amongst
sit
family.
on the wayside and watch them and
So
wait
that-
for them to do first.
so that kind of puts you out in a really precarious situation.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So you got the older generation who won't do anything, dying out, not to be morbid.
Yeah.
Then you had the younger generation that didn't know her on the
But-
same level as y'all.
Right.
But there were a couple of times that we did get together as a family to do something, but it was always a thing about
it was shut down every time.
It was a thing about, well, if you throw our names, because we all have our ideas and we throw our names, and according to who it is, well, I really don't want them to be in trouble. I want to know.
Yeah.
I really don't want, and so it would be almost like,
Hush,
and then
hush.
we would get shut down by
Yeah.
HPD,
Yeah.
and then we would get shut down by other authorities. So now that because our mother died in 2022, and I really started hitting home like 2019, like, hey.
Yeah.
I told my mom,
Well, before that, remember in 2013, Cold Case reached out.
yes.
And they said Cold Case was coming to a division at HPD.
Okay.
And they
Okay,
reached
you
out.
talking about on the ID channel?
No,
or-
they had a
At the
Cold Case division at
Oh,
HPD.
okay. So
Yeah.
not a big network.
Yeah,
or
no,
anything like
it was a
But it
division
did get
at
to that
HPD.
point.
Yeah.
There were
Before that, it did.
there were times that there were agencies that reached out, and
The FBI
Yeah.
flew
And
my
it
aunt
was-
to Quantico, and it was not followed through.
It wasn't followed through.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
we're talking facts, and those are facts.
Yeah.
but there were instances where an agent at the FBI did want to look into it, and that's another reason
They were
why
shut down,
They
too?
were shut
Yes.
down.
Okay.
And
Yes.
that's the
Okay.
reason why. And our mom and our auntie would be like, "Hey, we just not gonna rock the boat."
And
Right.
that's why after different, circumstances happened,
Yeah.
it was just like,
So can y'all tell us some of the circumstances that took place that caused them to be alarmed, to where their life might have been in
Well, we
harm's
know,
way?
and we know that was the case because
Yeah.
there was a segment called City Under Siege,
Mm-hmm.
and they reached out to my grandmother, our grandmother, and did a segment the first year, and right after
On her anniversary
it was
of her death.
aired,
Uh-huh.
her house was set on fire.
Wow.
The next year,
Wait, you can't just say that and just go.
the house
go
was
for-
set on fire. And
Yeah.
everybody made it out okay.
Thank God.
And it was like the house. It was a slow burn device that was put at the back of the house.
Arson.
That
was
should
placed
have
under
been-
under the bedroom where Brenda slept, and the house was a total loss. However, only the back bedroom where she slept burned, and the dining room, but the kitchen didn't, and had a gas stove.
a gas stove and gas water heater.
By
even-
rights, this should have blown up.
Yes,
And you know what?
absolutely.
And the
Fire
the
chief.
fire chief said that he was like, I don't know how this.
He
house
said,
is
"I've never
still
seen
standing."
it." He said the way
Wow.
that fire skipped,
It's
it's
like
like
it-
it skipped through the house.
He said he did a dance,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like
Wow.
God, because we believe
Was anybody in the house
Yes,
when they
my
were
My
saying?
grandmother
Okay,
and
that's-
two grandchildren.
two
Yeah.
So it was occupied.
Yes.
and that was
Oh, that
known.
wasn't but the
Yes.
grace of God.
So somebody came in there.
No,
No,
they placed
outside.
it to the
the
back
slow
of the
burning
house.
device under the bedroom where she slept, and that was in the back of the house.
Under the
Under
house.
the
the house.
bedroom
Not
where
inside
she
the
slept.
house.
No,
under the house.
No, because
Under the
this-
bed.
Because it's up
Yeah.
on.
it's up on the same
I
some of
got-
the
I got
same
you.
bricks.
I got
that
you.
The cinder
Brenda
blocks or
that Brenda
whatever.
was tied
Yeah.
to.
And the fire chief and the detectives came out, and they said whoever did it thought they may have left something in the house, so they
Or-
wanted to destroy the house. Didn't
Or
want to
just
see
to
it.
tell you, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
You right?
That-
And
yeah.
the next year, Well, our grandmother moved across the street, but only family and friends knew that.
Okay.
And the next year when they did the episode, somebody came and shot in front of the house 3 times.
So wait a minute. So what caused them to do it that time? Because they did another episode. So that's a clear message. Shut the fuck up. They ain't no other way to say it.
Yes.
Yeah, every time you say something.
Yes. Every time you bring it back into the spotlight.
Yeah.
Something. And this is one of the things that
who would be scared.
But this and our grandmother said no.
Yeah.
She did not want anybody else to get hurt.
Exactly.
And I think that was a fear
that
she had.
Yes.
That, I want to know because this was my child.
Right.
But who else can get hurt?
Can't take nobody from my family getting hurt.
It's by rights, when the fire chief said this house should have blown up our house next door.
Yeah.
Blown up
it was probably set to do that.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what year was this?
This was
1990.
1990 and 1991. The fire happened in 1990.
Yeah.
The shots in front of the house happened in 1991. Mm-hmm.
When they did another City Under Siege.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. So now y'all just recently went on to a network and covered the story again. Mm-hmm. Something else happened.
Yeah.
Yes. My mother's grave was desecrated. I went and placed flowers on her grave, and a day or two later, I went back, and they were thrown out over the ground. And Brenda's headstone, it looks as if someone took something hard or like a hammer or something, and it's actual indentations on her headstone after that was aired on that syndicated show.
And this is the thing. And like I said, we have started this before, and it's always been that fear. What if something happened? I don't give a damn. Just want to put that out there. Because I'm not living
You're not running.
Year.
Yeah.
No, I'm not living
and we are the
day
generation where we ask questions.
Exactly.
We want to know why.
Exactly.
You can't scare
Absolutely.
This is not 1989.
Exactly.
And it's an open carry.
Exactly.
As much as I know that our grandmother did what she did, because remember, we were young.
Yes.
We know some of the same people Brenda knew.
Yes.
And then, when you get old, you start having kids. Everybody moved out of Fifth Ward. We move into the suburbs. But it's still people that know you because we still come back to Fifth Ward to go to church and to visit family. So it's always been that fear of something could happen. Or what if somebody messed with such and such and such? Again, I don't give a damn.
Right. And you have a right to feel that way. Y'all both do.
It's time out for that.
We the generation that's it's like it is what it is, and it's what it's gonna be.
Exactly.
But I ain't scared.
Yeah. But just for me being an outsider, the only thing that just breaks my heart is that person has been able to go on with life.
Oh my God,
they've been able to be able 35 years. Yeah.
Do you know how
with no repercussions?
I sat down one day and I actually counted the years, the months, the weeks, the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds. Do you know how long that is?
Yeah.
And living in people have been living in fear of what?
Yes.
Of who? It's time out for that.
Yes.
I mean, it's somebody we know that it's somebody that we know.
Yeah.
All I want to know is what did Brenda do
to deserve that type of brutality?
She couldn't have done anything
that brutality.
To deserve that.
I'm not an angel, but I ain't the devil either.
Exactly.
And I don't even think I've done anything to make somebody do that to me. And then also, not only it's like you kill her, then you take her, then you dump in the water, and then we can't even much really have a proper goodbye.
Yes,
it's like, and then you think of, this is something that plays in my head every day.
Yeah,
it has really played in my head when I was able to become an adult.
Yeah,
legally drink because she died when she was 20.
Yeah,
have children, get married.
Yeah, she was robbed of all of that.
And all I think about is what.
Yeah, and every family function
be able to do
right. Every family function, looking out at everybody. She's missed.
She's missed.
I believe it.
Our kids know her.
Yeah,
they know of her.
Yes.
And when we start talking about Brenda, I mean,
they can tell
they
you
form
word
a
for
circle,
word.
Right.
And they be, they finna talk about Aunt Brenda.
Yeah.
They know.
Her memory never dies.
It has never died, but it's just the simple fact
Yes.
that there is nothing. And I've been asked that question too.
Yeah.
What if y'all find out something y'all want to know? There is nothing that she could have done.
But
Yeah.
I think at this point, I believe, that it's gonna come out when the time is right, and the people that have gone on could not take it.
Yeah.
So,
And this is the time.
Right.
yeah,
This is the time.
The time is now.
Yeah. So one part we didn't talk about was the handwritten note. The significance of the handwritten note.
I'm lost.
So there was supposed to have been a note, correct?
They came back with her license.
That was the
license.
license. So if there was a note inside.
Yes, that was and this is something else. Okay,
Yeah.
so when I have my purse, right? Mm-hmm. And anybody that knows me knows where I keep my important stuff.
Yes.
So the fact that somebody knew what Brenda's like, because women put certain stuff in. You don't just throw stuff in a purse.
Right.
We put certain stuff in and we carry certain important stuff with us. So the fact that you try to fool us or make us
the note said that they found it in a trash can somewhere.
Yeah, I knew there was a note that we had.
But this
I'm
is
sorry, but
y'all have a lot going on.
This is
y'all
the other thing. It's the fact that somebody tried to
throw you off the track.
Fool us,
Yeah.
but also in that they gave us a false hope
that
Yeah.
she was alive.
Yeah.
she was
That's
alive
what
because
that part.
you don't think about as a 17-year-old child that somebody that is 3 years older than you, that this could happen. You see this on movies.
Yeah.
You do not live this in real life.
What was the note about?
It just said that they found this and they knew that she was missing. Or that she was out. No, it wasn't missing. She was out. And they just wanted her to have her license when she came back.
Yeah. Just a false lead.
Right, and that goes along with the prank call, saying that they saw her at this place, saw her at that place. Like I say, we in our imagination thinking she's being held and somewhere, and, you know what I mean, being tortured or whatever, but she's still alive.
Yeah.
But the crazier thing is the outfit that they described her seeing it. That's what she was found in. Mm-hmm. The dress.
So that it's 9 times out it's the killer.
Yes,
had someone
had somebody calling. Yeah.
To do it. So it's more than one person that knows who actually
most definitely
murdered
Did
Brenda.
And I'm sorry. Did she have on night clothes or going
She had
out
on
clothes?
going out. It was like a gray scuba type dress, and it had black
what you would call like
stripes.
what's the mod dresses now, or the little
Midi.
she had on like a little.
But it was a form-fitting dress,
and
it was gray. It zipped up with a black zipper, and it had black stripes down the side. And when they re-aired the City Under Siege episode, when we went on that show, they showed a picture of that dress, and it was chilling to see.
I know it was.
But not only that, it was blood evident on the shoulder of that dress.
The whole shoulder.
And again, we go back to the evidence, like in 2024, we have
talk
DNA.
about that evidence.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as I said before, in 2013, Cold Case contacted my aunt and said that they were going to be reopening Brenda's case, and they were going to be detectives on the case. And shortly thereafter, they said, well, the box that her evidence was in was destroyed during Tropical Storm Allison. But I'm thinking that should have been the physical evidence. That should have been the dress, the robe, the panties. But what about the scraping under the nails?
Yeah.
I mean, and any vaginal evidence that they may have taken. Because at the time, they said that we don't know if she was raped because she was in the water
so long. Yeah.
We don't know what evidence, was taken. And that evidence should have been in Ziploc bags in a totally different place than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
That box that was supposedly full of mud.
So at this time, with you guys, well, I won't skip that. So with you saying this now about the evidence being destroyed, have y'all went back to the police to reopen the case? Y'all were on Fox 26. What came from that? Grizzly. So first, let's go to how that started. So y'all wanted this case reopened. What did y'all do?
I sent a message because Pam and I made a Facebook page for Brenda, in memory of her years ago, and I just sent her a message and said it had been 35 years and gave her a short synopsis of what happened.
Right.
She posted it. She went viral. Fox 26 News Desk reached out and wanted to have us on, and there are detectives on the case now.
Okay. And then, so that's one of the efforts that y'all did to be able to get this reopened. So now after the detectives that are now on the case, have they told y'all that they've recovered any evidence related to her case?
No, what we're being told is that they're still gathering. What she would just say, she's still gathering information.
Okay.
So it's no particulars that's been told.
Okay.
And I'm just grateful that, somebody is actively looking into it, because we always had that semblance of hope that if somebody just looked into it, this could be solved.
Yes.
And that's what our prayer is. That's what our hope is today.
Yes.
That the detective that's on it will definitely, break the case, and we'll find out who the killer and our killers are.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that we are trying to do now, and that we, instead of being reactive, we prayed.
Right.
Because Kim and I prayed.
Right.
And actually listen and have God lead us, because
Absolutely.
this is why we feel the time is right, because there are too many things that are happening now that never happened before, because this isn't the first time that we've tried to get this open.
Right.
2019.
Right.
My aunt Anna Gloria, everybody gave their different, what they can remember. She took statements from everybody that was old enough to give a statement. She put together everything and provided that,
and presented it to the HPD.
To HPD again. And from what we know, it was shut down again.
It was shut down again. So somebody who has inside
shut down
pull
at the
is
stage.
getting this shut
Most
down.
definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely.
It was what we have been told is that it's at the stage now where it needs, we were told in 2019, it needs to be a confession, or the FBI needs to look into it.
Yes.
And this is another reason why we are so strong about getting the word out, because we want the authorities to know that we want it looked into.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it was put out to the authorities that the family doesn't want this reopened. The family
don't
can't
want to
take
know.
it. And we want the authorities to know, HPD and the FBI to know, that the family will be fully cooperative and whatever they need from the family.
Exactly.
We can collectively come together and provide whatever they need.
Right, because that
And
wasn't
willing
a
to
collective
cooperate.
decision.
No,
That
it
was
was
somebody
not. That was
making
one
that
person's
statement.
decision.
Yes.
Is
Making
there-
it for the family.
Is there a number or somewhere that we can put on the screen that people can contact?
Well,
if
we
they
can
have
give you
any information.
we can
police
when
number.
with this post we can add the local number for the FBI and
Yes.
also
Yes.
the cold case division of HP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Yes.
take care
We
of it.
definitely need that information, because if anybody has any information in regards to Brenda Gail Rochelle's case, we need your help.
we do.
This is a family who has went through tremendous hurt and pain, and I couldn't even
For a
imagine
long
long time. Just think, living with somebody, especially after you've been told it's somebody who knew her. So you're just living that. It's somebody who you could be breaking bread with,
Exactly.
murder
Yes.
your aunt. Like,
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine going through that. So we're just asking that if you guys just have a heart and empathize with this family, that if you know something, please say something.
Yes.
And the fact that also we were told that the family needs to come forward, and that's one of the reasons why every avenue that we can take,
Yes.
we're going to take it, because if you see the face, if you
Yes.
see the family asking for help,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
she was 20 years old,
Yes.
and that's she was 20 years old,
Yes.
and her life was just snatched for what? And I don't even much care why. I just want the person to face justice, because they have lived. They have lived. They have done everything they've wanted to do. Brenda never got that opportunity. And that's what hurts me so much because I've lived.
Yes.
And Brenda has never. I've done things that she never got a chance to do. Exactly.
And her life
that she missed out on.
Yes. Her life mattered.
Yes.
Her life mattered.
It does matter.
The 20 years she was here, it mattered.
Yes.
And the family cares. And we want justice. We want whoever did this to pay.
Yes.
And to the full extent of the law. As I stated before, we're willing to cooperate with the authorities in any way that we can. And if you were in that area, if you know something, if you heard something, just say something.
Yeah.
Just say something.
Because we know that the fact of, I mean, it's almost like a movie. If you think about it. When we were in just
Lifetime movie.
And when I tell people the story, they're like, what?
I cringe inside every time I hear that when somebody say, this like a movie.
Exactly.
It's not entertaining.
It's not entertaining. We know it's not.
We know. In that respect, if it's this, when you're telling the story, if people can't believe they listening to every detail, somebody has said something.
Yes, so somewhere you already know
knows the story.
Yes.
All we need you to do is contact the authorities and tell what you know. If that person will not come forward, contact the authorities and tell what you know. Because somebody knows exactly what happened, play by play.
Yes.
They know the story.
Yes.
We don't know, but they know.
They know because they were part of it. Y'all look at this beautiful face. Like, if you could just see up close and personal, which Chon would put the picture on, like, who could have ever hurt or harmed a woman? We're women, and I know where I was when I was 20. And we're still just questioning life.
You're a child at 20.
That's right. We're not adults. We're not
child.
full adults. We have not experienced even close to now. And if you are looking at this and you know something and you think it's okay to allow somebody to have hurt someone of this caliber, y'all have heard the whole story of her, how the community felt about her, and y'all can live with yourself and you can continue to sleep at night knowing that this beautiful soul was murdered to the extent that she was, and she was brutally murdered. And I'm not trying to harm y'all by saying this, but just as a person from the outside looking in, and you could just see the light in her eyes, and it was okay to do this to her. This could be your aunt. This could be one of your family members.
It could be
your child. Thank you.
Most
so
definitely.
It's not fucking okay to just sit back and not say anything. And I'm pleading with you guys, and we're not going to stop. We're going to keep on keeping this alive until Brenda's murder has.
Even if they have to come back on.
That's right.
With anything new that they.
That's right.
That they find out. We kind of locked in on this one.
Yes.
Well, and one of the things that's important, and it take me back to the movie A Time to Kill, when they were talking about everything that happened to the little girl.
Yes.
And the defense attorney says, now what if it was your child?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Whoever knows what happened to Brenda, you're protecting someone that you love, but we loved her.
Exactly.
We loved her.
Exactly.
And I was a child when this happened. But as an adult, I'm not going to stop.
Yes.
No, and the family needs closure.
Yes.
You know, to know, and it's terrifying to know that possibly we could be sitting among killers.
Yeah.
You know, eating Sunday dinner.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
You know, doing for Christmas, for the holidays. You know,
birthdays.
It's time. Time is up. It's time for you know them to face justice.
Yes.
To the full extent of the law. They need to spend the rest of their days under the jail cell.
Yes.
And I won't even say what I would want to do to them if you know I was to come face to face with them, but they need to be prosecuted.
Absolutely.
And they need to face up, and they need to stand up and tell this, you know, go through the justice system and tell us why,
exactly,
how, like what the fuck.
Yeah.
And I mean, stand up and tell us
exactly
what you did,
exactly,
and why you did it, because you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do it like that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, her life mattered. She deserved to live a full life,
Yes.
to have a family,
Yes.
to have children, to have grandchildren, to still be sitting here with us. You know what I mean?
Traveling,
Yes,
all the
living her
stuff
best
that
life.
she would be doing.
Yeah.
At this moment.
So, and I knew she would have done great things
Yeah.
because she had that drive, she had the tenacity. I mean, she had the motivation. I mean, like I say, she was one that would not miss school, sick or not. She was gonna be at school. She was gonna go to work. She had that type of moral compass about herself.
Yes.
That, you know, she would have been something beautiful, something great. She would have been successful, and the family just wants justice. We're pleading, to you out there, if you saw something, if you've heard something, please say something.
Yes.
And Brenda, you have not been forgotten.
No,
Yes.
no,
You
we're
mattered,
not.
baby.
Yes.
She mattered.
I think she knocked that stuff down earlier over
think
there
she did.
when we were
We
talking
were
about
talking.
her. Yeah.
I was
It's like
telling
y'all on the right
I
track.
was talking about
We hear
Brenda to
some
my
noise.
husband, and
Yeah.
a painting fell.
Yeah.
And I think that's a sign for
Yeah.
us not to stop. I
No.
can't
Yeah.
stop because
won't
she's
stop,
present.
can't
it's too
stop.
much. It's too much
No.
at stake right now.
Yes.
It's like, okay, my dear, we loved her.
Yes.
But I have to think about, as her mother, it's certain things I don't think she would want to know when she
Yeah.
was alive, but she knows now
Yes.
because she's with Brenda now.
Yes.
Her two biggest protectors, our mom and Anna Glory,
Yeah.
they probably couldn't have taken it on this side, but now they know exactly what happened.
Yes.
And just taking on that lead, because you have to, because if we don't do it, our children didn't know
They
her.
don't know her.
Brenda
Y'all the
mattered.
last. Y'all the
Yeah.
last of the
Brenda-
Mohicans.
Brenda-
And I'm
mattered.
ready
Y'all
to
are.
shake the table.
Yeah.
And
Brenda-
whatever falls,
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly. Because
it
there
falls.
is nothing that she could have done
Yeah. To
that
deserve this.
to deserve losing her
Yes.
life the way that she did.
Yes.
I don't care what it is. And whatever it is, it will not stop the fact that I love her. I'm not going to even say loved. I love her.
Exactly.
I miss her.
Yeah.
And I just think about how much better my life would have been if she had still been here.
Yeah.
Yes.
My kids deserve to have her as an aunt.
Exactly.
My kids deserve, my grandkids would deserve to have her as a great aunt.
Yes.
So it's like, you it's just certain things that life is valuable, life is precious. There were memories, and there were times, and there were celebrations, and there was even sadness that we could have all been together with her in the mix.
Yes.
That were taken away from her.
Yes.
So right now,
And y'all, not just her,
No,
y'all
I'm
too.
just saying,
The
by
intricate
her-
part that's
by
missing.
her not being with us.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
just that you think about everything that you can do, everything that has been done. Because whenever something happens, big, small, whether it's sad or happy, we all would come together.
Mm-hmm.
And after she died, it started like splitting us.
Yeah.
And then, you have the matriarchs that died, we split a little bit more. And then it's like, maybe this is what we need
like
to
that
come back
string
together.
that unravels a piece of fabric that,
Yeah.
Because I think everybody was hurting individually, that we all didn't come together collectively in her.
Right.
Because it was the process. Think about it, a 20-year-old, and I keep saying this, but people need to think about a 20-year-old girl getting murdered in her home.
Yeah.
And her body thrown into Lake Houston.
Yeah.
It's a movie.
Horrific.
It's not
And-
reality. And
yeah.
people, that's how people looking at it, but it's our reality.
I would love nothing more once the killer is under the jail cell and has been prosecuted. This will be on the big screen. I'm not even talking about Lifetime.
Right.
It would be a great movie to tell,
Yes.
to tell the story.
It
Yes.
doesn't matter who that is. Are you? And I'm asking. This is
Hypothetical.
not even hypothetical.
Not even that.
This is rhetorical.
Okay.
Doesn't matter who this is. Are you prepared?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm not going.
But as I stated, I'm ready to shake the motherfucking table.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And whatever
we
falls off that motherfucking table,
Yeah.
I give zero fucks.
Yeah.
They can go too.
We
Yeah.
were told,
And I mean that.
Yes.
on more than one occasion, that because of the fact that it's someone that we know, that we won't get any fair forewarning of who it is. We'll see it on the news, and I think it's just the fact that it's gonna be a moment that we can't believe because
Right.
we know it.
Yeah.
But to actually see a face.
Yeah.
We're gonna call apple an apple and an orange orange. We believe it may be family.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point.
And in 2019, when things were presented to HPD, we believe that what was told to my aunt, she didn't share that with us, and you know what I mean. And Pam and I made a vow to each other, made promises to my mom, to my aunt, that we're gonna stand in the gap.
Yeah.
We're gonna stand in the gap and continue to do, because in this day and age, it's too many avenues that we can use, too many tools that we have at our fingertips that we can use. That can bring light to this, that can put it out that we didn't have back in the past.
Right.
And as we both stated, can't stop, won't stop, not afraid. Come what may, you know, whoever did it, it will break our hearts. However,
right,
if they did it and it turns out to be family, they need to pay too.
exactly.
They need to pay too.
So has I know you guys are on the plea, but has anybody thought or took the maybe volunteered, even HPD, about exhuming the body to see if they can get DNA off the
Well,
body?
we haven't gotten there yet.
Not that part yet.
And from what I'm told, the detective that's on the case is a motherfucker.
Well, that's what we need.
Yeah.
She
needs to bring the damn
When
noise.
I
She needs
say-
to bring
when I
the
say
noise.
motherfucker, I'm saying that she gonna get in there, and what I keep getting from her, she's starting to call me baby. She say, baby, I'm still wrapping my head around.
Right.
I'm still gathering.
You can
the
only
information.
imagine what she's found thus far.
And from what
for
I-
her to feel that way.
Yes.
For her to feel that
And
way.
from what I heard, that she's something else.
Oh,
She's
yeah, I
good at
heard.
what she
Yeah,
does.
I
She
heard
digs and she digs.
we praying
and she
for her.
digs.
We're praying for God to
Yes.
put everything in the forefront.
Yes.
And-
From
and
what I
ask
hear,
that
she's
not
a
be-
go-getter.
Not
Yes.
saying that somebody of a different race will do less, but
Right.
I know how we can be once we get our.
Yes.
No, I think
And
it's
she's
a-
relatable.
Yeah.
She's
I-
relatable.
And
no,
when
I
you
mean,
start
that's it. I think it's the
uncovering
fact-
layers,
Yeah.
you know. And the one thing I like about her, she's like, no, baby, we're not going down dark roads.
Yeah.
We stand in the light. We looking
Come
at
on
all
now.
the facts.
That's
So,
right.
yes, I
That's
believe
right.
that she's peeling the layers back.
Yes,
And
yes.
she's putting the pieces together. Because, again, it's been 35 years.
That's a lot.
And that's a lot of time for people to show
Yes.
who they really
Yes.
are.
Yes. Truth.
So,
Yeah, true colors are coming to light.
yeah.
But the fact that she's taking it serious and it's not just another, and I'm not even much sure why she is. It's almost like it means something to her.
Right.
It's relatable.
To
It's
solve
relatable.
this. And it could be
Yeah.
the fact that this could be somebody, this could be somebody that she could see a family member,
Yes.
or maybe could be something similar happen.
Yes.
It could be something. I mean, but
Yes.
and when you was talking about Brenda over here, when our mother was dying in the hospital, Brenda came to her,
Yeah.
and Brenda never came to anybody. And
Nobody.
I believe that Brenda told her what happened to her, and that's another reason why I can't let it go.
Yeah.
Won't let it go.
Because I was sitting in the ER with her, and as people were coming, and she was telling me who was here, and I was like, "Mama, stop! Mama, ain't nobody here." I had a nurse say, "Baby, listen to what she's saying."
Yeah.
I didn't take it serious until she named two names:
Yeah.
Brenda and another cousin that died at 20. And it's like, okay, they came and they never
came
come
to anybody.
They never come. And they were both standing off together. My mama said, I said, where they at? Over here behind me.
Wow.
My mama laying in the bed and telling me. And I'm like, what the hell?
And when I came,
I
she
got
told
that.
me, she was like, one is at the foot of the bed and one was standing
Yeah.
off and in the room, but off, from the bed.
And they
one was
never
at the
left
foot of
her
the bed.
because they
I
were
got
there in
chills.
the
I ain't gonna even
they were
lie.
there in the emergency room. And
Oh,
then
my
when she was
God.
moved to the room before she went down to ICU,
Yeah.
they came. And our mom died of what they call a broken heart. The left side of her heart just stopped functioning.
Wow.
She died of a broken heart.
So
'Cause the nurse
how
had-
quickly was it after she told you guys?
She actually went down to MICU that day. They told me the next day she had to be on dialysis, and it was like the left side of her heart stopped working, and she was on a ventilator. for 9 days, and then she passed.
Wow.
And I don't think they ever left her. I think they were there.
They came to receive her. Yeah.
I think they would have. And if you can come and you always feel like you sent somebody, but it's a difference now.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm not afraid.
Right.
I'm not afraid when I can feel Brenda.
Right.
And I feel like she's saying, keep it up.
Yeah.
You on the right path.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Don't give up now.
I can't stop.
Right.
Don't give up now.
Y'all gonna be seeing this face a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because what are we gonna? What we can't? We've done too much.
Yes, y'all have came far.
Exactly, and it's almost like it's falling, because we were talking about it's like things are falling into place.
Yes,
and sometimes when you stop reacting and you let God lead you.
Yes.
Things,
that was the
and
prayer.
this may have been one of the things that we had to just come to realize, that we need Him to reveal it when He's ready for us.
And
to,
He will.
Yes.
But I think that
He's
we're
ready
on
to
the right
receive
path.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
And people will hear her name. I
Yes.
mean, hear her name. And
So do y'all have a hashtag for Brenda? Have
speak
y'all?
her name?
Okay.
Brenda Rochelle.
Brenda
Speak
Gail Rochelle, speak her name.
Okay. So that's a hashtag that needs to be used on posts.
And it is
And we
and
need
it's
y'all.
it is
Well, I've been
amazing.
actively posting it,
Yes.
on Facebook, every day, just to keep her face out there,
Yes.
so that whoever did that to her, they have to look at her.
I know
Exactly.
that. Yes.
And that's
yes.
the reason why we have
Yes.
the Facebook page. And we were hoping
Yes.
that somebody will be lurking
Yeah.
or leave a tip. And we have got some crazy comments, even on the Fox 26 YouTube. It was some crazy tips that were like, why would you say that?
Yeah.
Well, the detectives have it. So
I mean, I'm just saying, but and I think somebody will eventually say something,
Yeah.
because it's out there too much. Because everybody at my job knows about her. I tell anybody, if I meet you, if I say, how you doing? My aunt was killed, such and such. We're gonna be on. I'm telling everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because and forwarding even the YouTube clip. Can't wait to forward this clip and let everybody see.
yeah.
So that somebody will have to say something. I want you to see her every day, so that you have to say something.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't run anymore.
Yeah.
There's nowhere else to hide.
Yeah.
It's the Social Drinkers Podcast.